Alright, what up, what up? So I'm back with another strategy. Again, today it's going to be another don't pass strategy. You guys are probably thinking, wow, this guy's an asshole. All he does is bet the don't pass. Well, at least one of those things is false. I don't always bet the don't pass. The other one's up for debate. But yeah, so the only reason I'm showing you all these don't pass strategies is because I feel like they're mostly underrepresented. Like, most of the strategies you see are the pretty basic ones, which I'm not the hugest fan of, but I do implement them at certain times. Like, I think there's times and places to use them. Like, if you saw my video last night, I implemented the iron cross for a few rolls. I don't ever go into the casino and say, I'm going to play strictly by this strategy all night. There are times I go with an idea of what I'm going to do or what I'm going to start with, but that doesn't mean I'm going to play it the whole night. Like I've mentioned before, people get stuck playing one strategy, and then every time they go, they play that strategy, and then just hope they win. But if you're just playing the same strategy all the time, it's not going to always work. And I mean, no strategy is guaranteed to work. Like I always say, anybody that tells you that is bullshitting you. So today, I'm going to give you a little variation of the don't pass 6-8. What I'm going to do is put $30 on the don't pass, 12 on the 6-8, and then I'm going to play a come bet right after. And once this come bet's out, if the come bet ends up on a 6 or 8, I'll get paid, and my come bet will go to that, and then I'll throw a second come bet. So at any given time, I may have 2 come bets working. Basically, what I want to do is have 3 numbers working. If I ever have 2 come bets working at the same time, I'll throw 10 on the don't come. And the reason I'll throw 10 on the don't come is to just hedge these a little bit. Now, you could be thinking, why don't you just play the pass and then a don't come instead of the don't pass and a come? Well, if I play the pass line and then play a don't come on the next roll, if they 7 out, I lose everything up here. I lose the don't come because it'd be a 7 on that come out roll, and I lose the pass line because it would be a 7. So I play the don't pass and then the come. So if they establish a number 7 out on their second roll, I'll get paid 10 because this is the come out roll, and then I'll get paid 30 there. And yeah, I'll still lose these, but I'll get paid 40 of it, and I only have 24 up here. So that's why I play the don't pass and the come as opposed to the pass and the don't come. Because you will run into those times where they 7 out right after they come out with a number. So I'll go ahead and play it out for you. I'm starting with $250 bankroll. We're going to throw 30 on the don't pass. Start her up. So come out's a 4. It's a good number for the don't pass. And like I said, people are going to give you some stank eyes, some dirty looks. Oh, this guy's got $30 on the don't pass. But if they actually pay attention after the come out roll, which they probably won't because they're going to be paying attention to their own bets, they'll notice that, hey, you got some money up here. Or a lot of them, I don't want to be an asshole, but I said that's still up for debate. A lot of them have no clue what you're doing anyways. Their strategy, like, they don't have much strategy. They're just going out throwing whatever on any number and hoping it's a long roll. So I just rolled a 9. I forgot to throw the come bet because I was talking to you guys. So we'll throw a $10 come. But yeah, so don't worry about what other people think. If they really start bitching at you and don't understand what you're doing, you can explain it to them. Hey, I want you to roll these 6-8s as much as you can. I got a come bet on you. It's going to be on one of these numbers. This is hedging, all that. And maybe it will teach them something in the process. But this will probably be my last come bet strategy for a while. Don't pass strategy for a while, because that's all I've been doing lately. And we got another 9, which I wish I would have thrown that come bet because we would have just covered it. But yeah, so you might even teach them something in the process. But you know, it is what it is. If they don't understand, it's not on them, or it's not on you, it's on them. So we got to come bet on the 9. I'm only going to start with $10 odds. If I get up a little more, I'll throw some more odds. But right now I have 44 risk up here, and only 30 back in it, which isn't that bad, but we haven't made any money yet. So hard 8. But yeah, this goes along a little bit with the strategy I was playing last night, or so pay 14. Where I was playing the don't pass, and then the 5, 6, 8, 9, and pulling. There's a regular don't pass 6, 8. I always like to add wrinkles. The don't pass 6, 8 itself is a pretty decent bankroll builder. You're not going to get rich, but you're not going to lose your money quick. You can steadily build some money. Hard 10. So I don't hate it, but I want to add this wrinkle because hard 6. Wow, back-to-back hard. What is that? 3 straight hard ways? But yeah, I like to play 15. Give him $1. I like to play this every now and then. But I don't want to give you guys all don't pass strategies. But like I said earlier, I feel like they're underrepresented. So I want to give you guys some options and just open your minds up a little bit on what's out there. That's going to be a 6, 3, 9. We're going to get paid 3 to 2. We got $10 odds, so we'll get paid 15 plus 10 for the pass. We'll put 10 back on the come. Also, another thing is, I mean, if they 7 out while you're on the come, you'll get paid twice. So it's not the worst thing in the world. If we start making some money, I'll probably up the 6, 8 to 3 units. All right, we got a 10, 6, 4, 10. And we got a 5. Oh shit, comeback goes to 10. I'll go $10 odds again. That number was just a 5. But yeah, this is just basically another don't pass strategy but it hedges. So another 6, 4, 10. All right, we got a good start today. The last few strategies I've showed, we've had good results in the end, but we've started off slow. So we're starting in the opposite this time. So $10 odds is going to pay 2 to 1. $20 plus the 10. I'm going to throw 10 on the come bet. And I'm going to up these to 3 units because we've already hit 2 come bets. So let's try to maximize some money. So even if we 7 out, and even though I say I'm a guy that likes to hit and pull, but right now we got it hedged and we've already hit 2 come bets on the first roller. So let's try to get in and get some money quick. Hard 10. Jesus. We'll go $10 odds again. These 10s have been banging. Actually, the hard ways have been banging too. There is another, there's a don't pass hard way strategy I'll show you guys one day, but my next few strategies won't be on the don't pass. I don't want you guys to think this guy's only playing don't pass. We got a 5, 4, 9. But yeah, like I said, you just don't see many don't pass strategies other than like the don't pass 6, 8, or just the standard play the don't pass and lay the odds. You got a 6, that's going to be $21. And I'm just not a huge fan of laying the odds that often, just because I am not a guy that likes to 11. I'm not a guy that likes to put money out there to make less than what I'm putting out. I mean, every once in a while I will, like if I see a couple 4s, 7 out. If I see a couple 4s or 2 10s or 2 4s, I'll usually lay it, even though I didn't there. But I'm just showing you for the strategy's sake. But yeah, usually after 2 10s hit, I'll lay the 10 or I'll lay the 4. So we lose that up there, get paid 30 on the don't pass. But hey, that was a pretty good roll. Guy rolled for a while, he never covered the number, so we never lost the don't pass. And we hit 2 come bets plus 1 6 and 1 8, I believe, maybe 2 8s or 2 6s, I can't remember which. You got a that flipped over on me. I'll re-roll it. It was stuck on the gator. It looked like a 1. When I pulled it off, it changed to a 4. So come out roll. We're on. 25 on. We got a 7. So we lose the don't pass. And that's so. This is when you get hurt. On the don't pass. I mean, The house has a what I believe 1.4% advantage on the come out roll when you're on the don't pass. After that, you have, I believe, a 0.4% advantage. Don't quote me on those numbers, but I'm pretty sure they're right. So after the come out roll, you have the advantage. Now, a 2 or a 3 has a total of 3 possibilities of popping up. So 1 out of 12 times you'll win right here. You can hedge with an 11, like $2.11 if you want, which will up you to what, 5 out of 36 times you'll get a result in your favor on the come out roll, but 1 out of every 6 you're due to lose. Actually, make that 8 out of every 6 because 6 ways to roll a 7, 2 ways to roll an 11. So we're gonna come out again. We got a 6, and just like the last don't pass strategy, we're still gonna throw on that 6. We're only gonna go 12 right now because we haven't hit any come bets yet on this roll. Because if he does hit the 6, we'll lose that, but we'll still get 14 of it back. So now we're gonna throw a $10 come bet. We got a 5, 3, 8. All right, so good. I'm happy this happened. So here's a scenario. Here's a wrinkle to it that I had. So we get paid 14 for that 8. If I can grab it. 14 for the 8. Our comeback goes to the 8. I'll throw 10 odds on it. Usually I'd probably throw a little more odds, but I'd also probably have a little more bankroll. I'd probably have 300 to 400. Right now we started with 250. But since I usually play this 6 and 8, my comebacks on the 8. So I'm usually trying to cover 3 of these numbers up top. I'll go ahead and throw a second comeback. And we got a yo, so pay the come. So I'll throw a second comeback, and say we get up on the 4, 5, 9, or 10, then I'm gonna throw just a $10 don't come, because I'm gonna have $52 out here. So I want to cover it a little with the don't come. You don't have to do that, but I try to. We got a 6, 4, 10. I try to maximize. Like, I try to hedge as much as I can, because you can still hit these comes and hit the don't come. Or say you hit one of these comes or both of these comes and you haven't hit whatever you put on the don't come, you can always pull a don't come off. They want you to pull your don't pass and don't come off, because after the come out roll, you have the advantage. Where when you're on the pass line, you only have the advantage for the come out roll, and then the house has the advantage. So it's flipped on the don't pass, obviously, which is why they don't mind if you pull it. You can't pass. You can pull down odds on a come or a pass line, but you can't pull down your bet. On the don't pass, don't come, you can. So that's got to say something, right? We got a 5, 1, 6 covered his number, and we lose the don't pass, but we get 14. And this is where it gets a little hairy. We now have a don't come on the 6 with the come here. We lost our don't pass. So right here, usually I'd probably pull this 6, but we just lost a don't pass, so I'm going to keep it. Which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, because if they hit a 6, you make $4. If they don't hit a 6, you lose 2. So I mean, you're really not getting much of a result either way with this hedge. But if I pull it, I've already lost 1 don't pass. I haven't hit any come bets yet, so I would stand to lose a little bit more money. So you know what? I am going to pull it, though. It doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to fucking just make $2 or $4 either way. So it's either I pull the don't come or I pull the 6. But technically I would be at the advantage right now because it's past the come out roll. So I'm going to take it off. We got a 6, 3, 9. Number's 9. Alright. So we got 2 comes and we got a 6. Usually I like to have 3 numbers out there, But for this scenario, we're going to let it play out, see how it happens. Now, if we hit that 6, obviously I made the wrong decision, but we'll see what happens. We got a crap 2. But either way, we made a good amount of money on our first roll. We got a ace deuce 3. We made a good amount of money on our first roll, so even though we've taken a loss or 2 right here, we're still in good shape. And we got a 7 out, so I made the right decision there. Unfortunately, I didn't hit either come bet, but I got $40 right here. I got $40 right here. So I went even. So I'm just going to pay out in these reds. So I went even per se. I lost 30 a minute ago on the don't pass, but they did hit a 6 for me. So I believe we made about $12 on that guy. That's just quick math. I wasn't paying that much attention. I could be wrong on that too. So 6 deuce 8. Coming out, new shooter. 6 deuce 8. $10 on the come. And like, oh, shout out to all the new subscribers, by the way. I think I'm at like 10. Making some nice little progress. I think this might be my 5th video, 4th video, so if I could pick up a couple every video, that'd be cool. Also, I've had some people comment on my strategies and not criticizing them, but giving me their version of it, and I love that. Give me any variation or wrinkle that you can add or something that you can do to improve on what I'm telling you guys. I'm always looking to minimize the house advantage, maximize my odds, and I'm not one to say like, oh, this is my system, I'm gonna play it, I don't care what you guys say. Like, I want to know, like, if you got something better, give it to me, or if you like what I'm doing but you see a little bit of room for improvement, give it to me. And maybe one day I'll start revisiting videos and adding your guys' wrinkles in. But for now, I like to comment back and forth with you guys in the comments. And we got a 6, and we'll just go from there. I'll take 15, give them back 1. But yeah, if you see anything that can change it or that can add to what I'm doing, go ahead and tell me. I'd love to listen. I love to learn. And one day maybe we'll get another video out of it. So just like last time, I tried to cover 3 numbers, went to 6. So I'm going to throw another come bet out there. And we got the 8. So they're covering a little bit of numbers on us today, folks. But hey, like we said, it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, we lose this. Another come bet. Get paid on that 8 though. I had 13. That doesn't make sense. So I'll take 15, give them back 1, put 2 on there. Now this is where it gets dicey. You could be that, if you're really feeling risky, you could throw a 3rd come bet, but then I would definitely advise probably throwing more on the don't come. And you're probably saying, why don't you throw more on the don't pass? Because I'm at a disadvantage on the come out roll. I'd rather split it up and hope if I hit a 7 on this $10, I'm only losing 10, as opposed to if I hit a 7 and I have $40 out there, that's just 10 more dollars I'm losing. So on one roll. So we got a 6 deuce 8. So this actually worked out. Sorry, this was off, but come up on the come bet, it's on for us. So we get paid 10 there, 6 to 5 on the odds, $12. And that worked out perfect because we'll leave this 12 here. We'll do another come bet and we collect some of that money. I'm gonna cash this in for a green, 5 reds for a green. Cash another one in, 5 reds for a green. Alright. And we'll get back to rolling. So we got $6, or sorry, come bet on the 6, $12 8. Another come bet, and we got a 5, 4, 9. Throw $10 on odds. And normally I'd throw a little more on odds. I might start doing it here in a minute. What's our time looking like? 19 minutes. All right. I'll probably do this shooter and one more, just to see if we can add any more wrinkles. And we got a 549. All right. It's a little Cadillac point for us. Come out with the 9, and that would have been the second time that we would have covered that 9 right after going on it, had I not been a dumbass on the first one and not paid attention. Because if you remember on that very first come out roll, or right after the come out roll, we rolled a 9, and then I threw on the come bet because I forgot, and we went another 9. So the 9s are popping. Now if this come bet goes to the 5, we could always start playing the little iron cross strategy again. That's why it's good to know multiple strategies, because you can incorporate them into your strategy, but you don't have to start with that strategy. Because an iron cross strategy, unless you're getting, we got a hard 8, unless you are getting on and off real quick, then an iron cross strategy pretty much depends on a hot shooter to make, really, if you really want to make any money. So we get paid 14, give them back 1. Comeback goes to the 8. And covered his number again. So this guy's covered 8 twice. So we're going to lose this 30. So after that hot start, we've cooled off a little bit, but I know for a fact we're still in the profit. But when they're covering numbers like that, you're not going to make as much. So we got a 639. 639. We're going to go back on the come bet and get our third number, and then I'm going to throw on the don't come. And we got a 314. So comeback goes to 4. $10. And since we have 60 bucks out here, we have 30 here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a $15 don't come. See what happens. We got a 538. So we hit our come bet. We get 10 there, 12 there, and this don't come would go to the 8, but I'm going to go ahead and pull that off because I like covering the 8. Pull that off. I'm just going to cancel it basically. Like I said, they want you to do that. It's not always the smartest move, but this guy's been covering some numbers and he's hit the 8 multiple times. So I'm going to leave just the normal $12 8. Play these 2 come bets. Try to hit some of those come bets to get back. And we got a 1-3-4. Try to get back those couple don't passes we hit. So that's what we like to see. $10 for the come, 20 for the odds. Pays 2 to 1. And collect. And now we're back making some money. I'm gonna collect 2 green chips. And keep rolling. Coming out. Ace, deuce, crap. Loser come bet. Throw another 10. Oh shit. 549. Alright. This guy's covering them all today. See, now obviously you'd be making more on the pass line in this scenario. But for a lot of times you're not going to see guys covering 3 numbers. So, and even though he's covered 3 numbers now, we're still making money. We've hit what, 2 come bets I believe on this guy, plus a 6 or an 8. So we're still doing all right. 1, 4, 5. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be that often that guys cover 3 numbers, and we still hit 2 come bets during it. So, and he 7's out. All right, so I guess we would have been better to leave that don't come on the 8, but you live and you learn. We'll get paid 30 on the don't pass. And I like showing you me taking the money from here, so you're seeing this money come from here, and basically it just transfers over here. So really we lost $22 right there on that particular roll, just that one roll. but for the whole course of the shooter, we made money, I believe. I mean, he did hit 3 numbers, so that's 90 we lost here, but we hit a couple come bets. We hit the don't pass eventually, so that made 30 of it back. And then we hit a couple random numbers. So we'll go ahead and do one more shooter and then tally it up. And since I have a few extra ones, I'm going to throw 2 on the yo just to hedge that come out roll a little bit. And we got another 639. 639. All right. $12. Lose the yo. $10 come bet. And we got a 5-2. 7 out. All right, that'll work. So we lose this 24 up here, but we get. That's actually all right. I'm happy that happened because that's where that scenario I talked about at the beginning, where if you throw on the pass line and then the don't come, you'd lose them both because he established a number instantly 7'd out. Whereas if I throw on the don't pass and then the come, he established a number and then 7's out, I get paid twice. I get paid $40 instead of losing $40. So we're going to get 10 for that, and then we're going to get 30 on the don't pass, and we'll tally it up. So, like I said, we started with 250. So there's 100, 125, 150, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 200, 250, there's even. So in profit we made 25, 50, 75, 90, 95, $99 profit, and what, 4 shooters I believe. So, and I mean, we had a guy cover 3 numbers on us, we had a guy cover 2 numbers on us, which that's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get super rich off it unless you're just banging your come bets, but you're hedging your money. And then when you get, if you have a 6 or an 8 with a come bet and you throw that second come bet, so you have 2 come bets at the same time plus a 6 or whatever, then you throw an extra 10 or 15 on the don't come if you want, just to further hedge it. If you've already made a lot of money like we did on the first roll, maybe you don't throw the don't come because you're not worried about hedging that extra 15, because if it loses, that's just 15 more you lose. But if they 7 out, that's just 15 more you recoup from whatever you got on the come bet. And I mean, what, I think there's a point where we lost 60 up here because we had 3 come bets going. I could be wrong, but we had a time where we lost a come out pass or don't pass, and then he covered 3 numbers. That's 120 of that gone right there. So I mean, you see, it's not the most profitable strategy. Granted, we only played it out over 4 shooters, but the way it hedges, if you're hitting some come bets, you can make a lot of money. And I mean, there was 2 shooters that we hit 2 come bets on. We never caught the quote-unquote fire, as I like to say, where you hit 3 come bets in 1 shooter. But yeah, I mean, you saw a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad. We never got the best case, and there's only, I mean, I guess the worst case was the guy covered 3 numbers, but he didn't really roll for a real long time. So, but nothing really horrible happened to us. We lost a few don't passes, but that's expected. And that's where people, like the people that don't exactly know, will start looking over at you laughing or high-fiving the other people when they cover a number and staring at you and shit. But like, I don't get mad when they cover a number. Like, now if they go cover 4 numbers in a row without hitting any of my come bets or 6/8s, yeah, then I might be a little salty. But like, anytime I play the don't pass, I'm not personally just playing the don't pass with and I like laying odds. I'm usually playing the don't pass to hedge my bet. So I'm not rooting on them necessarily to just 7 out right off the bat. I want them to roll for a while, and that's how I make money. If they roll for a while and hit these, I just know eventually you have to 7 out. So I know eventually I'm going to get paid on this. Now, there's going to be times I lose it a few times, but if these come bets are hitting, I'm going to make that and then some. Or if maybe I don't really hit a come, but they're banging these 6 and 8s they hit these like 5, 6, 7 times without hitting my come bet, don't really cover a number, and then 7 out, I'm still making bank on them. So I like this because there's many ways to make bank. Now, we also saw them banging the hard ways. You could have thrown a couple dollars in each hard way, but we know, I mean, unless you have a good hard way strategy, which I'll come out and show you guys that. Maybe that'll be my next one. I don't know. I've been doing about one a night lately. I get off at 1 in the morning usually, so sometimes I do get tired and don't want to do one after work. So we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. But I know I'll tell you this for a fact, my next strategy won't be a don't pass strategy, but I also have a couple more of them. I also have another partner strategy, so we'll get there. I hope we caught most of that. I see the camera fell some. But yeah, lastly, hope you like it, and say hello to my little friends.